Part 3. Now, this is it. The disgraces on my list. The ones that make me cringe more than any other movies I've seen. These are the ones that suck so hard. The ones that that make me want to turn off TV and fall asleep. And here's the movies. First up in this category is Slapshot 2, Breaking the Ice. This sequel is so unneeded. I like the first one. The first one I thought was a well done film. I'm hoping to get it on VHS. But this stupid film has so many problems to it, and it's just, I like the first half, and then when it gets second half, it just turns into just junk. It just goes so many different directions, it just gets confusing and stuff, and you're like, what's going on here? Number 3 sucked as well, and same as this one. Next up, all the Step Up films. I hate the music in these films. The musics are so annoying. And that's the same problem with Twilight. That's the same problems with Twilight. This movie copies Twilight. There's too much romance in it. It's terrible. I hate it. Avoid the Step Up films. They're terrible. Next up, Supergirl. It's just so cheesy, and nothing is really good. It's just so cheesy. Next up, this one's okay, but it's just not that great. It's just so cheesy. It's called Catwoman, the movie from 2004. I don't know. This movie's okay, but it's just, I used to think it was okay, but I still kind of do, but it's just not that good. Next up is The Descent Part 2. Same thing, absolutely same, everything say with it, with The Ring 2. Also, one of the most unscary horror films I've ever seen. It's so horrifically unscary. It's just, you're sitting there just begging it to end. It gets even worse in the second half. And the third half and the fourth half are awful. They are the worst. This movie just keeps getting worse and worse and worse by the second. And it also has one of the stupidest horror endings I've ever seen. It's one of the stupidest sequels next to The Ring 2. It sucks. Next up, superhero movie. Just not funny. Nothing about it is funny. Next up, speaking of Jack and Jill, Just Go With It. Another movie from Adam Sandler he made in 2011. I don't know why that piece of garbage was made. It was awful. I hated Just Go With It. It was just stupid, just like a lot of the other new Adam Sandler movies. If you want to see a classic Adam Sandler movie, then maybe watch films like Happy Gilmore, or you could watch, what's another good Adam Sandler movie? Billy Madison, which I'm hoping to get on VHS, and a few others. But if you want to watch a bad Adam Sandler movie, just to see how bad it is, then watch this or Jack and Jill if you want to see some of the worst ones he's done. Be prepared, because those are so dumb. Next up, Troll 2. One of the most disappointing sequels. The very first one was just okay. It was fine, but this one is the complete opposite. It is plain awful. Next up, Super Babies, Baby Geniuses 2. OMG, I did not like this little nightmare. Oh my. This movie will give you drugs, it's so bad. This movie's drug induced, it's so bad. It's actually drug induced. Don't watch it unless you want drugs. I mean, I'd rather take 1,000,000 drugs than watch this movie. It is awful. It is one of the worst. Next up, Night and Day. It's supposed to be an action plus comedy film, and it has neither of those correct. They're both of the genres in this movie just suck. They're not funny. And they're also not attempting to try. Sorry about that, I'm thirsty. Oh man. Night and Day. Just seriously, just go watch something else. Don't watch this. Don't stay to watch this. Next up, Happily Ever After. It's this animated film. Can't stand it. I wanted to run out of my room after I watched that movie. I wanted to just run out of my room in rage. And just walk out of the door and just yell as hard as I can in front of my house. Because just to let all my anger out. That's how bad it is. It is so stupid. Next up, the Cheetah Girls movie. Who thought this piece of trash was going to be good? Every single movie from the Disney Channel now sucks. No offense. If you like Disney Channel movies today, it's fine. It's your opinion. I respect everyone's opinions, but I hate it. I hate it. I don't like Disney Channel anymore. It's just, they have so many cruddy shows I need to get rid of. Like Sweet Life of Jack and Cody, which I never liked that show. I hate it. I hate it. It's so annoying. I also hate Phineas and Ferb. No, people like that show, and that's fine, but I hate Phineas and Ferb. It is so annoying, in my opinion. And speaking of that, Phineas and Ferb, the movie. Hate it! This movie is awful. Oh my, it's terrible. Don't watch it. Next up, Super Mario Brothers, the movie. This is considered a guilty pleasure, but to me, it's not. It's just a plain stupid, dull film that has so many cliches onto it. It sucks. How many minutes are we in? 8 minutes in. Oh boy, next up. Oh boy. Jonah, a VeggieTales movie. No, I hate VeggieTales. If you like it, it's okay. It's your opinion, but I hate this movie. Next up. Oh, I hate the show as well, and it's Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. Oh my gosh. Oh, that film. In my opinion. That film was so poorly written, in my opinion. But that's okay. If you like it, it's fine. It's your opinion. I respect everyone's opinion, so again. Just can't stand it. I didn't like the acting, didn't like anything about it. And I also hate the show, Jimmy Neutron. I hate the theme song, everything about it. Even the theme song's terrible. The new theme song, however, is a piece of crap. It's awful, the new theme song. It is the worst theme song I've ever heard on a Nickelodeon show of today, next to Bubble Guppies, which is the worst show ever. That is me, Langley's favorite show for sure. That is the most dumbest show. Bubble Guppies is congratulations. It is my new least favorite show, #1 of all time. On Nickelodeon, on any type of channel that has TV. It is so bad. Next up, disaster movie. Or I like to call disaster of a movie. Because this movie makes no sense. It's not funny. It's not entertaining. It's not even willing to try. It's just doing all this weird stuff that's predictable and stuff. Just stop it. Stop making movies like this. It's just movies like this need to be avoided at all costs. Next up is A Cinderella Story. To be honest, I don't like chick flicks. Chick flicks are my least favorite genre, and this one is just painful. Next up, I know people love this movie, but that's fine. I just think it's just a really ugly movie. It's not fun to look at, terrible colors and stuff. It's called Robots. Ugh, stupid movie. It's from 2005, in my opinion. If you like it, great. Good for you. And you can enjoy it all you want, but everyone else, and even people who haven't seen it, just avoid it. It is so weak. It's a stain. It's a big stain in the box office. Next up, The Adventures of Pluto Nash. Who wants this unfunny Eddie Murphy movie? This movie is so... It treats the man like trash. It doesn't treat him in a positive way. This is a movie a movie that I never liked. Every time I watched it, I never liked. Even when I was little, I didn't like this movie. I mean, this is the most unfunny comedy from Eddie Murphy to this day. Next up, Battlefield Earth, the disgraceful movie. This film is an even bigger stain in the box office floor. This one is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. I am serious. This is one of the worst movies I have ever seen in my life. It's in the top 5. The characters are unlikable. The story is awful, just awful. And I hate how cartoony animation is, and it looks like it was filmed in iMovie. All the effects are just so cartoonish. Everything about it is awful. The transitions are crap. Nothing works. It's just a big dull movie. Last one for this part. I'm surprised it's at the director of Wayne's World. Wayne's World is one of my favorite movies. I'm hoping to get the second one VHS. I like that sequel too. Getting that next time. Next time I go to ARC, which will be July 27th. It'll be this following Saturday. I almost called it Sunday. I meant Saturday. But it's called the Beverly Hillbillies. Wow. To me, I didn't like it. And if you guys like it, it's great. But this is one I don't this one I don't hate. I mean, to me, it's just not funny. I don't hate this one. I'm not like, oh, this one sucks, like some of these on this list. But this one is just stupid. It's just so stupid. Don't watch it. But that's pretty much it. But anyway, stay tuned for part 4.